Our August movies explore the nightmare world of people caught up in desperate obsessions. Serial killer was a phrase and a psychopathological concept that only really found general recognition in the late 50s, but the media embraced it. Men like the Night Stalker Richard Ramirez, the Yorkshire Ripper Peter Sutcliffe, Jeffrey Dahmer, the notorious Moors murderers, and Ted Bundy, the man of many faces who killed 40 women, all became international headline makers and in some weird way celebrities. It was a trend Hollywood could not ignore. Hitchcock tackled the concept of the serial killer in 1960 with Psycho, in which Anthony Perkins killed off a series of young women. But instead of condemning him, the film tried to understand him. In that same year, Peeping Tom also tried to look into the mind of a serial killer, trying to avoid the obvious cliché in order to understand the family and social pressures that produced this kind of behaviour. In 1968, The Boston Strangler became the first film ever to deal in a serious way with the real facts of a serial killer's life. It remained the standard work until The Silence of the Lambs in 1991, which was another memorable example of this theme, and probably the most commercially successful of the many films about serial killers which we've seen since the 60s. The Stepfather, made in 1978, is a less well-known but nonetheless superb treatment of the subject. Director Joseph Rubin has enjoyed a moderate success as a maker of commercial hits, like The Money Train, starring Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes, a slick but bland action-adventure. Rubin is much more at home when he is exploring his favourite theme, violence within the apparently happy family. Julia Roberts starred in his 1991 film Sleeping with the Enemy as a woman who is being beaten violently by her pathological husband. In 1993, The Good Son was about a child who murders his infant siblings. The angelic Macaulay Culkin was the boy who killed so that he could have no rivals for his parents' affection. But The Stepfather is Rubin's most chilling exploration of the darkness that can hide behind the facade of a happy family. He strikes a perfect chilling balance between the superficial chocolate box world of happy families, sweeping up the autumn leaves and playing with pets, and it's made all the more terrifying because we are told from the beginning who the killer is. It's not a mystery in which we ask who done it. It's a character study in which we try to understand why the crime was done, and a thriller in which we wonder how many more times he will be able to get away with it. Although the film has no stars and no blockbusting special effects, it's an effective, frightening thriller that makes you look twice at your relatives and wonder what they are really up to.